Know what we're gonna do now?
No.
Un-pimp your auto.
I couldn't help it. Every single time I looked at the stereo sticking halfway out the dash, surrounded by those burlap encrusted bezels, my eyes started twitching, like involuntarily twitching, the kind that means I had to do something. Once I pulled it out, I was immediately greeted by a full-blown rat's nest of wires. Now, normally you'd think detailing comes first, or maybe fixing things that affect how the car runs, or I don't know, safety? But no, all of that takes distant second place to whatever crime scene is happening behind this head unit. I'm fairly confident that this wiring disaster is responsible for at least half the weird electrical behavior in this car. And just trying to sort through the extra wires, figuring out what belongs, what doesn't, and what might actually be important, it made my brain hurt in ways it hasn't since algebra. I know this probably isn't what you're expecting to see in this video, but while Snowpocalypse 2026 is happening just outside, I figured this was the perfect time to dive in and at least unpimp this part of the car before touching literally anything else. Also, quick update, this channel has 28 subscribers now, which basically means I'm famous. I'll try to stay humble during this process. So let's fix this, or at least make it look like a human being was here. While this is happening, ZX43 has been demoted to the driveway in the snow and ice because I needed room in the garage for this new pile of poor decisions. In this video, I knock out 20 repairs off the list, which sounds productive, until I realized there were at least 5 more problems already there. I just hadn't met them yet. So yeah, let's get into it. Zip-tied vent thing, gone. Broken shift boot, gone. Burlap bezel, gone. Loose burlap gauge surround, also gone. Now we install real parts. Factory bezel, OEM head unit as a placeholder. Then, fishing behind the dash for the trunk release. All right, so I fished it out. It was underneath there. That goes back up and around. I really hope this works. That would be great. Ah, I lost it again. Damn it. No, come back. Come back. Ah. Because after all that, the gauge surround goes back in, this time bolted down, and with a trunk button that actually works. Progress. Real adult progress. And before anyone says anything, yes, I'm aware the garage is a mess. I know it needs to be cleaned, but today, not that day. You know, even my storage closet here tells me, here, listen.
Where's my snare? I'm cleaning out my closet. One more time. I said
Okay, nope. Moving into the engine bay, the first thing to go is this cheap Chinesium strut tower brace. It doesn't actually brace anything, it just blocks access to everything. Next to get 86 is this eBay Spectre? Sphincter? Whatever. Hot air intake because it feeds the engine nothing but heat, dirt, and autoerotic asphyxiation. Now with that out of the way, literally, it's the perfect time to replace the transmission mount. Bolt, 2 bolts, 3 bolts, but there's no nut there. Good job. Next up, valve cover gasket time. And since I'm already here, spark plugs too, because nothing says efficient like fixing multiple problems while everything's already apart. The old gasket was doing that classic Ford thing where it technically still exists but no longer seals anything. Oil everywhere, baked on grime, just years of quiet neglect. New gasket goes in, plugs come out, new plugs go in, everything cleaned as best it can be without pretending the engine bay will ever be perfect. It's not glamorous, but this is the kind of work that actually makes a difference, even if no one ever sees it once the hood's closed. With the new gaskets and plugs in place, everything goes back together. And then the aftermarket nonsense finally leaves the building. OEM intake housing, factory hose, factory filter, boring, reliable, and exactly what the car wants. Sometimes stock really is an upgrade. Moving over to the passenger side, it's time to replace the worn-out, wobbly engine mount. The old one comes out easily enough, which should have been my first warning sign, because only after it's out do I realize the replacement Rock Auto sent me is for an SVT Focus, which means it doesn't fit at all. And that's where we stop for the day. I'm done. At this point, I'm over it. The next morning, I make the extremely dangerous trek through ice and snow to get in the zone.
AutoZone!
All while trying to get ZX43 back inside where it's warm and climate controlled. That poor car. Back with the correct mount, the install actually goes smoothly, right up until the isolator nut refuses to move. Eventually, it caves under roughly 1 G of me, which I'll take as a win. New isolator in, everything wiped down. Engine officially supported again, which is more than I can say currently for myself. With the mechanical stuff finally cooperating, it's time to fix one of the most obvious problems: matching wheels. Simple, in theory. All right, so this is a super high quality Sailsun 205 5016, which is the correct size. However, the wheels that are on it have some Iron Man 205 55 16, which is one size bigger. So a lot of people make this mistake. They get these wheels because they think it's cheaper. Well, it is cheaper for these tires, sorry. But it really does change the handling characteristics quite a bit on these cars. Just that little bit of extra sidewall. Not sure if you could actually see the difference in sidewall. It's not much, but it really does make a difference. So let's check out, hold on here, let's see. Let's check out the brakes. Oh, it's like a record. Yeah, this is actually really common with these early ZX3s. The brakes are a little bit undersized, and they went bigger after 04. And then the SVTs obviously had even bigger. Let's look at the pad there, we're good. Well, I think... Oh, crap. Are you kidding me? Oh. Ooh. I don't know if it's going to show this or not, but that is quite the lip there. I'm pretty sure that inner pad is completely gone. Completely. It's just metal on metal at this point. So we'll be putting on new brakes, but in the meanwhile I'm going to continue putting on the wheels because I hate those other wheels. Rear wheel had other plans. I hit it, I kicked it, I hit it with a hammer. I loosened the lug nuts and put the full weight of the car on it, hoping it would just give up. Nothing. Then I sprayed a little wheel cleaner where the wheel meets the drum, and like magic, it finally let go. I'm calling that science. One small issue, the tire had less than 1 PSI in it. So that gets aired up, wiped down, and made presentable before going on the car because effort matters now, apparently. The last wheel's in the trunk, and guess what? My trunk button works now. Okay. It would work if the battery was in the car. Last wheel goes on, everything matches, and now it's time for the moment of truth. First start, since fixing a whole lot of things under the hood. My face might not show it, but I was genuinely happy. The car runs smoother, quieter, and less like it's actively mad at me. Still more to go, but definitely an improvement. With the car officially running better, it's time to deal with the decals. Starting with this V-Speed sticker. I have no idea what V-Speed is or was, but this decal was crustier than all of the bread people panic bought for a 2-day 1mm snowstorm. So I went straight for the eraser wheel. This one fought the hardest, completely baked into the paint. But between the eraser wheel and a quick pass with the DA polisher, it came off like it was never there, which is exactly how it should have been. Working my way around the car, I did a quick wipe down with Elite Finish detailing wash mist, just enough to separate dirt from actual paint damage. Next on the chopping block, that stupid Star Edition badge. Fishing line makes quick work of the badge, although I didn't realize until it was too late, it was also cutting into my hands. Two smaller decals on the left rear didn't stand a chance. Eraser wheel, and gone. There's something incredibly satisfying about stepping back and looking at work you just finished. The trunk button works, the gauge surround is secured, the stereo bezel looks factory again. It's all cleaned up, properly un-pimped. Which, in a weird way, feels like the modern version of pimping your ride. I decided to keep the pool ball shift knob. It's growing on me, especially now with the proper shift boot and reverse lockout installed. It's not designed for one, but it works. And the yellow number 1 ball matching the car, that actually feels intentional now. Matching wheels, cleaner lines, fewer bad decisions. Let's take a look at the list. Seeing the list laid out like this really puts things into perspective. A lot got done, and a lot more still needs to be done. Some items are crossed off, some new ones mysteriously appeared, and that's just part of owning a car like this. I'm cautiously proud of the progress so far. This was also my first time using the new GoPro, and filming while actually working on the car is definitely a learning curve. There were mistakes, awkward angles, and moments I didn't catch the way I wanted to, but that'll improve with time. Let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the video, what you liked, what you thought it could have been done better, and what you want to see next. Thanks for watching, everybody. Until next time, and I'll see you in the next one.